I'm Dr. O'Donovan.
And I'm Ella, a physiotherapist.
And in today's video, we're going to go over exercises you can do at home to help strengthen your knees.
So what we're going to do in the first one, you're just going to sit on the floor with the legs in an extended position.
Yep.
And I'm going to show you two variations of this exercise because some people find it quite difficult to know how to do the first variation. So working one leg at a time, basically what we're going to do is try and squeeze the muscles of the thigh one leg at a time, and we're going to effectively try and push the kneecap into the floor below you by squeezing this thigh muscle. So you won't see much going on, but it's just inside what we're trying to do to the thigh muscle. So squeezing that kneecap, and the heel should lift off the floor a little bit. And again, try and hold that for around 10 seconds. 5 to 10 seconds before releasing down, relaxing the leg. And you should feel that this muscle is coming towards the body on the thigh, and the knee should be trying to push down into the floor below you.
And keeping this opposite leg relaxed.
Just relaxed, yeah. So we're going to do one leg at a time and then switch to the other side. Knee into the floor. If you find this difficult, we can use equipment. You can use a toilet roll at home, a rolled up towel, and we're just going to put that beneath the knee. So knees in a bit more of a bent position. And again, we're going to squeeze the thigh muscle so that the heel comes off the floor. And you should feel the thigh really tight and contracted.
And just to check, Ella, with my foot, is that in the right position?
Yeah, so the ankle, knee and hip should all be in a line. So try not to bend it out to the side. Try and keep it in front of you. Now pause the video and do this number of reps. So the next one we've got is a partial squat. So here it's going to be like a body weight squat, but we're going to hold onto a surface just to make sure that we're nice and stable. And we're effectively going to go into a bit of a half squat. So pushing the bum back about halfway, just so the knees are in line with the toes, holding it here for around 3 seconds before extending up into a standing position. James is holding a surface just to offset some of the weight from his legs. So his is a bit of the regressed version, but for me, I'm just going to stand without something to hold and follow James's movements. Again, we can just put our arms wherever we feel most comfortable. It may feel more comfortable to keep the toes at 10 to 2 position.
So slightly turned out, right?
Yeah, slightly turned out.
And my feet are about hip distance apart?
Yeah, so it's wherever you feel most comfortable. Mine is slightly wider than hip width apart. You may feel a bit more comfortable in that position.
That seems to give me a little bit more stability.
And again, once we carry on doing the reps, you should feel it in your upper thighs and in your bum.
Now pause the video and complete this number of reps.
We've got his body weight squats. So we're just going to keep the toes a bit further than hip width apart and just squatting down as if you were going to sit on something behind you.
And hands, should they just be in front of me?
Wherever comfortable, so in front of you, across the chest or down below. And then we're going to hold it in the bottom position for around 3 to 5 seconds before extending up into the standing position. So we're going to try with our hands crossed over our chest. Again, try and keep the eye line forward so that we're not arching over or looking up at the ceiling, because you're just going to feel more off balanced. And try and do 5 to 10 reps of these. If you feel like it's quite difficult to get in that lower position, do a bit of a wider stance and turn your toes outwards. You may find that's a little bit easier.
And should I avoid my knees coming inwards? Do I want to keep them out or like in line?
Yes, that's a perfect point. So in the bodyweight squat, try not to let your knees collapse inwards or outwards at the same time. Try and keep, in the lower phase of the movement, try and keep the knees in line with the ankles so that we're shooting lasers that are parallel to our toes before extending up. Now pause the video and do this number of reps. So the next one we've got is a wall squat. We're going to hold the squat in the bottom position against a wall behind you, just for a bit of stability. So we're going to slide down the wall behind you. Legs should be in line with the hips and the knees. And we're going to slide down until the knees are about 90 degrees. So if it's not, try and get that bum down a little bit more. Hold it here for around 10 to 15 seconds. You'll feel that the thighs are burning.
Yep.
Hold it here before sliding back up the wall.
And can I use my hands to assist me?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Back up? Okay, that's perfect.
If you can't hit 90 degrees, don't worry.
So if I was to only go to say like that level, obviously it wouldn't be as tough, but it's acceptable if that's what I can only manage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now pause the video and do this number of reps. So we've got lunges now. Okay. So in a lunge, we're effectively going to step forwards, do a big stride with one leg.
Yep.
So we'll stride forwards and then we're going to lower the knee down before extending all the way to the top.
Yep. And should I put my opposite arm out and my opposite arm back?
Yeah, that's more of it keeps you nice and stable.
Okay.
Keeps the centre of mass in proportion. But
and
if you feel more comfortable, you can...
Keeping my eye line straight.
Yeah, so we're keeping the eye line straight. You can either put your hands on your hips or you can do what James is doing, where his opposite arm goes forwards to his leg. If you want to make it harder, we're going to try and get that knee lower towards the floor. It's okay to touch the floor, almost kissing the floor. If this is too hard and too challenging on one leg, what we can do is stand up in extended position and we can do alternate legs.
Okay.
So a bit more of a march, so we can lunge forward on the left side, lunge down, and then we can go back to the standing position before changing sides and lunging with the right leg.
And even if going all the way down is too hard, say for example I was to go down and just slightly bend my knee and then come back up, is that okay as well?
That is perfectly fine, yeah.
Okay.
Whatever's manageable for you. This again is quite challenging, so if we can only do a half rep, that's perfectly okay.
Now pause the video and complete this number of reps.
Okay, so the next one we've got is the simple step up on a step. So what you can do is do this on the stairs at home, just on the bottom step. If you feel unbalanced, you can hold a banister.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is just step onto the bottom step, one leg at a time. So stepping onto the step and then extending through that forward foot until we're in the standing position. And then again, we're going to move back and step down off the stair.
Okay. And obviously, the lower the step, the easier it will be because there's like less movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to progress, you can add another box onto the stair or do the second step at a time.
And how slowly should I be doing this, Ella? Should I be like moving through it pretty quickly or should I be going as slow as possible?
So I'd say to keep it nice and controlled, because if we're just going to go really fast, you're not really working on your muscles. You want to keep that time under tension. So the slower the movement, the better, really.
Right.
And we're going to lead with each leg, opposite leg at a time. So we're going to change legs in the bottom position.
Okay.
So first we're going to lead with the right foot and then we're going to lead with the left. Keeping that chest and head forwards, trying not to arch the spine. Now pause the video and do this number of reps. We have a hamstring curl.
Yep.
So in this, I want us to lie with our chest on the floor, so in a lying down position. And we want a little weight just to grab between our toes. So this is quite a difficult position to get into, so you can put it into your toes first.
I might do mine without the weight, if that's all right.
That's fine. And from here, we're just going to keep the forehead looking at the floor below you, and we're just going to lift, keeping the top of the thighs on the floor. We're going to try and lift the weight just so it's about perpendicular to the floor.
Yep.
And then releasing it down in a lower position. You should feel this in the lower parts of the back of your legs.
Okay. So probably like these muscles here, the hamstrings.
Yeah, you should feel it in your hamstrings, so the upper part of the back of your legs, and then release it down. If you haven't got a weight at home, that's completely fine. You can do what James is doing without the weight. It's just more so controlling through the movement, trying not to lift the bum off the floor, keeping the pelvis tucked in so it's touching the floor beneath you at all times.
Now pause the video and complete this number of reps.
So next one we have is calf raises. So what we're going to do is just move up onto our toes by lifting the heels off the floor. So again, just put your arms wherever you feel comfortable and extend up onto your tippy toes. Hold it here for around 5 seconds before releasing down, nice and controlled. And you should feel it in the back of your calves. A bit of tension before lowering down. If we want to make it harder, we can do single leg by going onto the tippy toes. That is very hard. Works your balance and stability as well as the single leg calf. So again, we do around 5 to 10 reps on each leg before lowering down onto the next leg. And we can just go up onto our toes before releasing it down.
Okay.
And again, we
and
can
I guess
progress
the key
it.
thing is control, right?
Yeah.
So making sure that you don't feel like you're rushing through the exercise.
Yeah, try not to rush. So I'd say around 3 seconds on the way up. 1, 2, 3. Hold it for 3. 1, 2, 3 before lowering it for 3. Now pause the video and do this number of reps. So we've got another tough one coming up now.
Okay. I feel like they've all been tough. Okay.
So this is a single leg squat. So again, it's like the sit to stand, but we're just going to do it on one leg this time. So try and extend one leg out in front of you, nice and straight, before lowering down onto a chair beneath you. See, it's very hard. We both collapse in that lower movement, which is what we don't want.
So try control as
Try
much
and
as
control
possible.
it. To make it a bit easier, because it is very difficult, we can put the hands behind us and try and aim for that box, just to control the rep at the lower phase.
Because I guess the key thing is control at all points.
Yeah.
And also making sure ultimately that we're like safe when we're doing this and we're not going to fall over.
Exactly. And then, so we'll do a couple of reps, so about 5 to 10 reps on one leg before changing sides. It's very difficult this, so if you do need a break between each rep, then that's fine.
Now pause the video and complete this number of reps.
Lie in a bit of the mermaid position. So effectively we want a bit of a bend in the knee, and we're going to lie on one side, keeping the elbow to support you in a right angle position. Again, hands wherever feels comfortable. We're going to keep the ankles together, but in this movement what we're going to do is rotate the upper leg outwards, moving the knees away from each other but keeping the toes together at all times before lowering the position down. Knees come back together. Again, keeping the movement nice and controlled. You should feel it in the outer hip and the outer glute. To make it harder, we can add a weight on the upper thigh. So James, if you've got a weight there, you can just put it above your knee and then externally rotate the upper leg.
And I'm keeping my bottom leg fixed on the mat at all times, right?
Yeah, so both the bottom leg should be fixed to the mat, and both ankles should be stuck together at all times. Now pause the video and do this number of reps. So the next exercise we have here is called a glute bridge. And what I want you to do, James, is keep the ankles about hip width apart. And then we're going to lie down so that our heads are on the back of the floor. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to shoot our bum upwards so it's in line with the knees and the pelvis. So we're going to shoot the bum up into the ceiling, but only to the position where it's in line with the knees. We don't want to overarch the back or go underneath. You'll feel the tension just below the bum.
So sort of in here? Okay, that's where I can feel it. And should I be feeling it all in my lower back?
You shouldn't. If you're feeling it in your lower back, I want you to try and tuck that bum under. So effectively bringing the belly button into the spine. Try and tilt the pelvis under the body. If you're feeling it in your lower back, that's probably because there's a bit of an arch and you're lifting more with your legs rather than your bum. I want you to try and squeeze the bum, pretend there's a coin between each bum cheek and you're trying to keep it there.
And how long should I keep this position?
Again, about 10 seconds, whatever feels comfortable, and then roll it down spine level by spine level until the bum hits the floor.
Okay, fantastic.
And then we're going to go up again, just so the bum is in line with the knees. Again, trying to squeeze the bum together, trying not to arch that spine, and then lower again. The key is to move it nice and slowly on the way down. And then one more time. Perfect. and then roll the spine down, each level by level. Perfect.
Now pause the video and complete this number of reps.